think what we're talking about is that traditional healthcare models are not sustainable, whether they be in developed or emerging markets. And when we talk about the digital healthcare leap, we're not just talking around technology, we're actually talking about new ways of working and the new ways that will deliver care. And research shows that in our more emerging markets, there's a chance that they can leapfrog some of the more developed markets by using social media, by using mobile applications, more cloud-based solutions to get a lead on somewhere where some of the more developed markets have been able to go with their EHRs, EMRs or provision of care. Look, I think we need to stop thinking about IT as a cost, because if we stick with the way that we're going and we use traditional healthcare models, it's not going to be sustainable going forward. So we do need to think about new models of care. We do need to think about the role of technology as an enabler, not as a cost. And I think as we don't, though, we'll actually lose competitive advantage and we'll lose our edge, whether we're looking at our patients or other parts of the healthcare system. So although it is a cost at the moment, I think we need to change our thinking about it to be seeing it as an enabler and something that can actually help the way that we deliver care. Good question. I think, well, what we're saying in developed markets, actually, when we have a look at the larger EHR and EMR type solutions, they are more prevalent in developed markets because of the cost. And what we will see from an emerging market point of view is that with the increase in cloud-based and open source applications, we'll see sort of new types of EHRs being implemented, very closely matched with sort of whether it be with wearables or mobile applications to make it more sustainable. I think one thing we have seen is that, some of the burdens on the healthcare system, which we've always seen as relevant to the developed markets, are also challenges for the emerging markets. So with the rise of chronic disease, we used to look at things like diabetes as a rich country disease, but it's as much of a burden in emerging markets as it is in developed. So how do we best deal with these in a different way? We'll see the real impact going forward, because I think we all agree that how we provide healthcare has to change, and we see an emerging market, it's going to be in a very different way, a digitised way, so that healthcare is affordable, accessible, to the wider population. Because what we're actually seeing, what we're seeing is that in emerging markets, the population growth hasn't settled as much as it has done in developed markets. And most of that population is in rural areas. So that's again where digital health, mobile health, telehealth are going to really come to the fore. I think it's a really exciting time for healthcare. Health as an industry is one of the slowest industries when it comes to change and technology. And I think no longer is it a question of, will it change? It's sort of like, how quickly is this going to change? And who will be those who adopt it the fastest?